Hello and welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. This is part 4 on the Herbal First Aid series, and I'll include the link to the whole playlist in the description box below so you can see the playlist on what I talk about in terms of my top 3 creams to use, my top 3 herbs that I use for the first aid that you can carry with you or make sure you have at home prepared just in case if there were to be a reason for you to use it, such as an accident and so forth. So today's video I'm going to keep it short and simple, and I'll talk about the top 3 oils that I use when it comes to herbal first aid. These oils are amazing. I've got 2 essential oils and I've got 1 infused oil which I'll talk about. So first of all, these oils are healing, these oils are great, but first you need to, when it comes to essential oils, you need to make sure that you are careful with them because they are super potent. What does that mean? It means that you need to dilute them, dilute them appropriately according to how many drops you use. If you don't know how to dilute essential oils, I highly advise you, before you get started, to educate yourself, to read on essential oils and see the right measurements for infusions. I've also created an essential oil series in the channel that I talk all about essential oils and the different types, as well as how I personally use them, and I'll include a link to that in the description box below. So the first oil that I use is lavender oil. Lavender oil is very calming as well, and why have I included? Because it does have a big kind of effect on our mood, and I personally suffer from migraines, from headaches as well, and these are more stress related rather than because of conditions or because of dietary changes. So it's mostly stress related, and that's why lavender works best for me. And remember, in these videos, although I am talking about different aspects of holistic healing, I'm mostly talking about my own experience as well as anecdotal experiences by both my family and my friends, and what's kind of reported in research studies as well. So when it comes to lavender, I usually just add 2 drops of lavender oil, essential oil, to a carrier oil, and that's 1 teaspoon of carrier oil to 2 drops of lavender oil. And carrier oil, mostly I would like to opt for a light carrier oil such as almond oil, jojoba oil, argan oil. Well, these oils are lovely and they're kind of absorbed by the skin easier. I don't want to use heavy oils such as olive oil, such as black seed oil. Yes, these are nutritious, yes, they do have their healing benefits, but they're very thick both in their aroma and in the consistency. So the mixture, which is 2 drops of lavender oil along with a teaspoon of carrier oil, is amazing. What I do is I just massage it on the temples, on the neck, and also on the pulse areas of my hands as well. These are really important, and these help to alleviate any sort of headache, any sort of migraine for myself. And also lavender oil is great to use on basically wounds, burns as well. Sunburn is great, but remember to dilute it with the exact dilution rate that I've mentioned, 2 drops to 1 teaspoon of carrier. And then again, we have the second oil that I rely on and that I swear by. This is a must oil. This actually, I should have mentioned that the first oil, it is tea tree oil, and tea tree is highly antiseptic, it's highly antifungal. It's amazing for anything to do with cuts and grazes. It's amazing for warts. It's amazing for its antiseptic properties. So this is my go-to when it comes to kind of disinfecting as well, and make sure again you would dilute it. The last oil that I use, and that is an infused oil, is St. John's wort oil. And St. John's wort oil is amazing. I've included a couple of videos talking about the benefits of St. John's wort tea, the herb itself. I've talked about how I make my own St. John's wort oil and how you would be able to see the different color changes, how it changes to the color red. Now, why do I use St. John's wort oil? Well, it's basically amazing for anything to do with sunburn, with anything to do with burns as well. It really helps to heal the body. as well. When it comes to that, I found that it's great for sunburn specifically. So these are the top 3 oils that I use when it comes to herbal first aid kit. If you enjoyed